This is your deep dive into Hogwarts for the holidays, part 1. Welcome, magical people, to Zealman's Wizarding World, your Wizarding Night channel with suburban twist. Okay, second day, second video. So, yesterday's video was a resist video, so it's super spoilers, but it has all the portkey locations. So if you don't like spoilers, then don't watch that one now. I would suggest you watch that one, well, at the end of part 2, I guess, because it has all 4 portkeys in it. But yes, definitely worth checking out even once the event is over, because it will have lots of sort of close-up details that you can't get to through the normal means. So yes, this deep dive is out, which means we have more information here than you get anywhere else, because we have all the Foundables descriptions, which you don't get on other channels, and also we have comparisons to the previous events as well, and we can see what changes WB have made, basically. So this one starts usual, December the 1st, oh my god, it's getting near Christmas, 7 PM UTC/GMT, and that lasts 1 week, as per usual. Now, the rewards for this one, up to 15 restricted section books, 6 total spell books, 10 Dar books, 50 gold, and also spell energy rewards, and we actually have gifts this time. We get gifts to give out to people, and we'll see just what they kind of replace, or most of them are in addition to other things. But yes, we have gifts to give to other people. So the mechanics for this one, yes, no portkey tasks this time, but you do need to open 6 instead of 5 for the registry. But you also have the option to do it through the bonus this time. So yes, you can either walk off the 6 portkeys or do the bonus round, or both. Given how nice the portkeys are, I suggest try doing it through the normal walking the portkeys route. So why are there 6? Well, that's because there are 2 different portkeys instead of the usual 1. So I want to make it even, 3 out of each. These 2 portkeys feature 2 of the 4 common rooms, and so for part 1, you're going to get the silver portkey, which is the Slytherin common room, and then you're going to get purple portkey. That's for the Hufflepuffs. I don't know why it wasn't yellow. They've got the house colours, you might as well use them, right? Anyway, and they are the usual 1.5 kilometres. And as usual, using brilliant rune stones from the brilliant Foundables. So you collect the brilliant Foundables, you level up the page, you get brilliant rune stones, and that will allow you to do the fortress to get the fortress awards. Except yet again, do not visit the registry page until set of task 2. And other changes, of course, the gifting system. We get gifts awarded to us to give to our friends. So just like Christmas. So this event is, as you probably guessed, very similar to Dumbledore's Army Part 1, and we'll be doing a comparison between the 2. So what can you do now? You can brew 2 trace tonics ready for collection. You need to put those in at set of task 1. So I tend to do those in gold cauldrons. I spend a little bit of gold, just because I usually accidentally pick darn things up. And it'll also allow me to brew other things in the queue up until that point. Ensure you have 2 Rufio's Brain Elixirs, and also ensure you have ingredients for the Brew 7 Potions task. We have Brilliant Bundles, the same as before, pretty much identical, except the Brilliant Bundle has 1 extra Potent Extimulo, and that will also cost you 40 gold more than it did before. As for comparison, that is 75 gold in Diagon Alley for that particular potion, but say usually it's cheaper if you've got the ingredients to brew and rush. So now moving on to the Foundables with our descriptions, we have the wild ones. So you catch these ones by going around on the map. You need 20 each of these, and first one is Salazar Slytherin Portrait. That's from the Grand Staircase in Hogwarts. Known for his cunning and determination, Salazar Slytherin was one of the most prolific wizards of his time and a Hogwarts founder. One of the earliest recorded parcel mouse, he is rumoured to have crafted his own wand from snakewood and basilisk horn. After a disagreement with the other founders over whether to admit Muggle-born students, he left Hogwarts. And we all know about that one. Well, you would if you read the books, which I recommend. Audiobooks. Anyway, Helga Hufflepuff Portrait. That is, again, the Grand Staircase in Hogwarts. Helga Hufflepuff was a kind, inviting soul and one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. A steadfast advocate for compassion, tolerance and equality, she accepted all students in her house, regardless of background. She is thought to have been responsible for bringing in house elves to Hogwarts in order to give them a safe place to work where they would not be mistreated. So kind of the opposite to Salazar Slytherin, really. The challenging ones, you need 3 of these, and you get these from completing fortress challenges, using brilliant runestones, which you get from catching wild Foundables. Argus Filch, grand staircase in Hogwarts. I must be cleaning the paintings. During his year as caretaker of Hogwarts, Argus Filch gained a reputation as an enemy of fun. Obsessed with keeping the castle orderly, Filch notoriously resented students for making messes and mischief, and frequently advocated for a return to corporal punishment. Despite his demeanour and lack of magical ability, Filch was incredibly loyal to Hogwarts and bravely tried to keep it and its students safe during the Battle of Hogwarts. I haven't actually read these yet until now, I just kind of copied and pasted them. It's quite funny. The walking ones, so you need 3 each of these, or the bonus task. The Bloody Baron, Astronomy Tower, Hogwarts. Let's look out, I guess, and see the stars. The romantic soul. Resident ghost of Slytherin House, the Bloody Baron has Resident ghost of Slytherin House, the Bloody Baron has quite the reputation. As part of one of the first generations of students at Hogwarts, he was known to be quick to temper. Darkly natured, he's one of the few capable of giving Peeves the poltergeist orders. Those in the know say he carries his change in penance for killing Helena Ravenclaw, the object of his affection, in a fit of rage. Now, this is not explained in the movies. You will have to read the books for this or that story in full. In a nutshell, Helena took her mother's diadem and ran off with it, and her mother sent the Bloody Baron to go and get her and get the thing back. She refused, he lost his temper, stabbed her, and then killed himself. The Fat Friar. That's the Charms Corridor in Hogwarts. Known for his jolly disposition, the Fat Friar is the resident ghost of Hufflepuff House. No surprise. After his time at Hogwarts, he devoted himself to the cloth and to living an honourable life. Sadly, that life was cut short when his fellow clergymen became suspicious of his incredible box-curing abilities and his penchant for pulling rabbits out of communal cups. A suspicion that resulted in his execution. And the task-based ones, there are none. That's because we have 2 porky ones. So no task-based rewardy people. So now on to the tasks. Rule 1 of tasks, don't place any images until the bonus round. And rule 2 of tasks is don't visit the registry until set of tasks due. So set task number 1, collect ingredients or portmanteaus 2 times. Brew 2 tonic for trace section. Return 10 brilliant Helga Hufflepuff portrait Foundables. So basically these tasks, again, are the same as Dumbledore's Army Part 1. Start picking up your 6 portmanteaus now. Try to remember which ones you get so you don't get too many of one, because they're pretty kind of useless after that. So you might as well collect and walk now. We get 2 Dragon Claw instead of 1 this time, and the 2 basic ingredient gifts replace the 2 rampant ones. I mean, okay, fair enough. Completion rewards are the same as before. Set up task number 2, earn 7,000 Wizarding XP from traces. Collect 5 brilliant Hogwarts full of holidays runestones, and use 2 Brufio's Brain Elixirs. Both myself and Expectico are not fans of the use XY potions because, it's my potion, I brewed it. So now you can visit your registry and cash in on those runestones that have been waiting for you. So visit the registry and you just go bring, bring, bring. Because obviously the first few levels of ranking the page obviously are a little bit lower. For the first 3 ranks. Your wizarding XP from the traces might take you a little while, but they are not limited to brilliant traces. So bang on a Brufio's Brain Elixir, you need to use 2 anyway, and go hunting out for those red shards on the map and see if you can grab some of those babies. Also, just to note, this is from traces only, so any wizarding XP from fortresses wouldn't count. So in comparison, this is pretty much the same as last time. You get 1 Snowdrop, which is down from 6 in the last event. But we do get 1 Brufio's Brain Elixir gift, although the gift is something you give away and the Snowdrop is something you keep. So it's not quite the same thing, but I have quite a few Snowdrops at the moment, and I seem to think that they are dropping quite well. So set up task number 3, return 15 brilliant Salazar Slytherin portrait Foundables, brew 7 potions of any kind, and use 5 potions in Wizarding Challenges. So yes, the brew 7 potions is a bit of a yawn fest. Again, you could rent a gold cauldron and queue them up before the event, and also use the pewter cauldron on top of that. but you'll be a couple short because you've obviously got the trace tonics in there as well at the start of the event. But you could rush it through if you want. Personally, I will take a break at this point and put my feet up and relax. And just pop them out. I'll put them in a queue overnight or something, or during the day while I'm at work. As for what potions to brew, I would suggest basic stimulos, as the bonus requires you to use 10 of them in Fortress Challenges again. And again, that is on top of using 5 potions here as well, if I never mind. So for this one, I would suggest blowing the healing potions, and also the 2 invigoration drafts that you got from the previous task. So, of course, looking back on this one in review, the tasks are the same as the previous event. The ingredients you get as a reward are for Extemulo potions, as opposed to brain elixirs this time. This makes more sense for the used 10 Extemulo potions, because it's ingredients for you to brew to use them. So, it makes more sense, right? And we also get 2 spell energy gifts for the completion reward. That's the completion of all the tasks. And the rest is the same. So, set task number 4. Complete 5 wizarding challenges with 3 or more teammates. Defeat 25 foes in wizarding challenges. Earn 4,750 wizarding XP from challenges. So looking in comparison, the 4,750 wizarding XP from challenges is up from 4,250 for the previous event, so a little on the harder side. So this is a pretty standard set task by now. In the UK, it seems easier to wait until our evening time for when the US come online. I would also suggest, if you make it in time on Wizarding Wednesdays, to join Expecto Go. I'll also be hanging around in the chat, making a nuisance of myself. You can join the bus there, where we sort of all get together on the same night bus. You can also use a second device. So when you finish setup task number 4, you can claim the reward and start the bonus round, because there are a few things on there you might want to start claiming for during the event. With a second device, you can do that without leaving the night bus. You can also use Brufio's Brain Elixir for this task as well. If you hit Dark 5 once with Brufio's Brain Elixir, that will pretty much complete this task for the Wizarding XP. So normally you would get a task registry reward at this point, but we don't have a task registry based Foundable, but instead you get 1 extravagant spell energy gift to give away. The bonus round, place 5 images on brilliant moving staircases, 1 registry page, earn 12,500 wizarding XP, use any 10 Extemulo potions in wizarding challenges, defeat highest chamber unlocked once, and cast 25 great or better spells. So the first 2 are the same. They use any 10 Extemulo potions has 2 wit sharpening potions as a reward instead of just the 1 last time. So that's a little bit better. Unlock 5 portmanteaus has been replaced by cast 25 great or better spells. I think this is a very good replacement, especially considering there's the second wave of lockdowns going around in Europe. As for the completion rewards, we get the same as before, but also we get 1 Extemulo ingredient gift, 3 brilliant Bloody Baron registry images, and 3 Fat Friar registry images. So that's in case you can't walk off those port keys. However, if you don't walk off the port keys, you'll be short by 2 on the place 5 images on the brilliant moving staircases task. So your best bet is to run the fortress a few more times and place Argus Filch. But the port keys are really good though. I would suggest they're definitely worth a try to do the port keys if you can. There is a tour video up here that you might want to check out now or later, depending on whether you're a spoiler person. This is sort of a better way of saying that. But now you can finally place all your images now in the registry. So all those glistening images, you can tap on them and read all the dialogue. So if you don't like the any 10 Extemulo potions in Wizarding Challenges task, here is Past Me with a way of getting around that problem. The brew 10 and use 10 potions in challenges does again feel like the ministry is telling us how to live our life, but we do get 5 of those given to us. If you were to use 10 potions in the wild instead though, you can walk around your map, find your target Foundable that you want to get, like a red shard or an orange shard. You can then go into Ruins 1, engage the first foe, drop an Extemulo on it, and then just back out the chamber, back to the map, and then attack the foe you want to get on your map, the red or orange shard, and your Extemulo potion will be used on that wild Foundable, and you'll get credit for the task as well. If you are a professor, of course, you can Det Hex that foe in Ruins, and then have a chance of winning the chamber. So So normally I just chuck an old brilliant runestone in there and back out immediately, because there is a chance that the one you really want to get on the map could despawn in the time it takes you to win that chamber using a death hex. You could of course use your extremely low potions in your highest chamber task, or a bit of both. Thank you, pass me. Right, so the dialogue, as I was saying earlier, it will be in the video up here. As this video going live, it will not be here because I haven't done it yet. So this will have to be Monday, right? So I suggest, if this is before Monday for you, to subscribe, hit the notification bell to be alerted to when that video goes live, or just hang around for it. A lot of people tend to watch that video after they've completed the event, just as a refresher and to see my interesting theories. I would say wonderful, but so opinion time. So yes, there are a few changes, and I think they are on the whole good. There are a few XP tasks which are a little bit harder, but it's, hey, if you're doing like Dark 5 for the Wizarding Challenge XP stuff, you're going to hit it out in 2 Dark 5s. You've got to kill that easily, especially with the Brute Edge being later on. The rewards make a little bit more sense, slightly more tweaked towards extremely low potions, which is good because you need to brew those anyway. And the gift reward is quite groovy. They sort of switched it up, very nice. Again, they've tweaked the portkey stuff, so you don't necessarily have to do the walking. It kind of slipped WB's minds a little bit. That one. I also like the switch up with the 2 portkeys, and doing the great spell casts is a very nice replacement for the open 5 portmanteaus, I would say, especially as we're going into winter because it's jolly cold. Any updates or corrections will be in the pinned comment below. Say when the event starts, things can go a bit differently to how we expect sometimes, or WB can sometimes change things. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at the Zealman for all the latest news as and when it happens, and random stuff. I also sometimes tweet out music that you may want to listen to relax and things like that. I'm just a bit weird like that. And also on Instagram as well for my AR pictures. Like, not done a lot of that lately because of the weather. As I'm looking now, it's kind of like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and it's still foggy outside. So nothing else to say apart from brush up on your bells, get your wands ready, Wizards Unite.